the time? Where does it go? So much to craft, so much to sew.
Good morning, gifted crafters. It's crafting time.
I swear I can sew a straight line. Got me my buddy who can do it in no time. Hit the pedal to the metal, watch the stitches fly. That's my buddy, it's always by my side. So here's to my buddy, it's just me and my machine. Stitching our dreams, yeah, we make quite a team. Together we stitch, yeah, together we mend. Nothing is better than my sewing friend. So let me sew to my heart's content, stitching away till the fabric gets spent. Hypnotized up and down the needle goes, thread leaves the bobbin, so does my woes. So here's to my buddy, it's just me and my machine. Stitching our dreams, yeah, we make quite a team. Together we stitch, yeah, together we mend. Nothing is better than my sewing friend. There ain't a rip or torn my buddy can't fix. Keep it well oiled, a little TLC, that's the trick. Life with no machine, wouldn't know what to do. Take care of it, he'll take care of you too. So here's to my buddy, it's just me and my machine. Stitching up dreams, yeah, we make quite a team. Together we stitch, yeah, together we mend. Nothing is better than my sewing friend. My sewing friend.
Live from the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida, here is the Gifted Crafters Morning Show with Nancy.
Good time. Ooh, time to get our craft on. Ooh, time to have fun. Ooh, time to feel good.
Good morning, Gifted Crafters, and welcome back to the Gifted Crafters Morning Show. Good morning out there. Hello, we've got people from North Central Texas. We've got Maryland. We've got Pennsylvania, Indiana. Awesome. Good morning, Alabama. Good morning. Awesome. Well, thank you all for tuning in today. I really appreciate all of your support. And I'm hoping that we have a great session for you today. Good morning. There's my friends from Canada. Good morning to you. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a nice, cool day today. I see someone is having a nice, cool day. Little rainy, but nice and cool. Only 61, Heather. Boy, that sounds like a fantastic temperature. We're already in the 90s here. Yeah, it's really, really hot and it's been boiling in places all over the place. So keep yourself nice and cool. Good morning from Pennsylvania. And you've got, oh, Lisa's got some visiting family. Awesome. Good morning. Well, enjoy, Lisa. I hope that you have a fantastic time with your family. Good morning. All righty. Awesome. I see everyone tuning in. Robin, Joyce, good morning. Good morning. Awesome. Okay. All righty. Guys, it's just, It's Thursday. It was a rough day yesterday, but it's Thursday now. So we're getting excited because we're almost at the end of the week. Alrighty, so if you guys have your little drink, go ahead and grab yours. Matter of fact, let me just pour you a cup, huh? What would you like? 1 lump or 2? Let me know. Cream or sugar, or do you take milk with your coffee? Let me know, because I'm pouring you a cup so you can enjoy yours. So go ahead and raise your glasses of whatever it is that you're drinking in the morning. Coffee, tea, soda, water, it doesn't matter. There's no judgment here. Go ahead and raise your cup and let's give it a toast for a fantastic day. And I'm gonna take my little sip. Alrighty, good morning, yay. Oh, oh, congratulate. Yes, thank you. Quilting with Harriet and Robin. Thank you. Yes, we reached our 10,000 subscribers and it was amazing. So we're so excited, and thank you to you guys. I really appreciate it. We kind of tried not to look and I haven't really been paying too much attention. I know that we were super close. So really nice to know that we've made it to the 10,000 subscribers. And you know, we are planning a big celebration. So we're going to be celebrating not this Friday, not tomorrow, next Friday. We're going to do a celebration with some giveaways and things. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So we are in the planning phases. Now that we've gotten to the 10,000 subscribers, we're going to go ahead and start planning things to do our celebration. And I think it's going to be a fantastic day. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Yay, yes, congratulations, yay, we were so happy. So it's a lot of fun, and you know, it's just amazing. I mean, 10,000 subscribers, that's kind of like, wow. I feel like we just started the channel not too long ago, and we've been moving right along, and you guys have been really gracious and just helping me along and supporting us with our journey. And I just really appreciate that. I really love you guys. Thank you guys all so much. I really appreciate that. It's just really amazing. And we're excited, and there's so many new things that we want to do, tons of planning to do, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. And it's a lot of work, but it's fun work, right? Yes, so thank you. I really enjoy it. So we've been having a lot of meetings with YouTube, and we have really learned a lot, and we are really just kind of trying to expand and bring new things. It's a really great things that we have that we're planning and that are going to be coming. We're going to be doing things with our memberships as well. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. And I hope that you guys all enjoy all the content that we bring, and just kind of follow us along with our journey. Yes, today is the day the goal was met. Yay! We are so excited. So we've got to reset now. We've got to set some new goals, right? We've met our goal, and the goal was to meet 10,000 by the end of the year. And here we are still in July, and we've met that. So we've still got 6 months to go for the rest of the year. So I've got to reset, make some new goals, and move things around. And, you know, with those meetings with YouTube and all the other content creators, we're really starting to plan things out. And we want to have first the big celebration that's going to be coming next Friday, and just all kinds of things that I want to bring to you guys. And I hope it's a lot of fun. We're also working on our craft room, and, you know, hopefully we'll have the bigger space. So it's not too huge, but it's big enough to just kind of make a little bit, you know, better here, because we are kind of crammed, and there's certain things that I can't do because we just don't have the space. So I have so many people to thank, and, you know, I know it's just all because of you guys, and I really want to say a big thank you to you. It's really awesome that we've reached this goal, and there's so much more that I want to bring to you guys, and I hope you keep following me along on the journey. Alrighty, so yes, next Friday with us, yes, with all of you, definitely. Not tomorrow, next Friday, we're gonna have the big celebration, and I can tell you one thing, and this is thanks to Sue, and I think I saw Sue out there. So Sue did something amazing. Sue put a couple of little comments, and there was some tools that she had suggested, and I didn't have those tools. Well, Sue reached out to the Hoop Sisters, and the Hoop Sisters sent me a little package, and I am so thankful. Sue, you are amazing. I can't believe you did that. That is so sweet. Thank you so much. I mean, I was so excited. I'm like, yay, I got a package. And it's from the Hoop Sisters, but I'm not going to show you what's in it. We're going to wait for next Friday, because I am going to show you what's in here, but I opened it. I've got mine, but they sent me two, and I'm going to give one away, and I'm so excited, but we will have to wait to see what's inside. And I think it's amazing. No one's ever done something like this for me. I'm just so excited. Thank you so much, Sue. I can't believe Sue really just, oh, thank you, Robin. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're so sweet. But Sue, she called the Hoop Sisters and she told them about my channel, and then they sent me this package. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so, like, I was really taken aback. I'm so grateful, Sue. That was really amazing. Thank you so much. I was really excited, and so now I have a new tool, and so I've got to learn how to, really use it well and learn all the ins and outs of it, and then we'll have our little celebration, and I'll give one away, and then we'll talk about it, and we'll play with it and do all the fun stuff. So yay. It makes you so giddy. Yay, Heather. Yeah, it does to me too. Oh, hey, Barbara. Thank you for joining from Ohio. Yeah, this is just, it's awesome. Yeah. There's my sister Boricua Swinging and Crash. We love the crafting community. It's something about the crafting community that we really love. It's just, we are just so giving and so, acceptable. I just really love this. Oh, we've got a new member. Yay. Welcome, Joyce. Thank you so much for joining the member. You are awesome. Thank you. Awesome. So it's just, I just want to thank you. You guys are just so amazing. All of the support you guys give me, I really enjoy it. But it's amazing how we can reach out and connect with each other, and just really help each other out and do all kinds of things. Oh, quilting at Harriet says, in quilting embroidery world, it's so generous. That is so true. It is. It's really true. And we really support each other. Oh, another super chat. Thank you. That's my sister. You're so silly. Super proud of my sister and brother-in-law. We're proud of you. So we're all having a fantastic time in the quilting, embroidery, sewing world, in this community. It's just like a family, it's just, we help each other out with all kinds of tips. We celebrate with each of our projects and all of our accomplishments. And it's just a joy to have some group of people that you can kind of go to and share things. We even share our frustrations when you can't get something right. It's just really nice to have that support. It's so important. And it's just amazing that we can really just kind of gear things up and do things together. And I really, because of you guys, we've really been trying to beef up everything that we do. It just the love of it makes you work just that little bit harder to get things going and get things moving and working better and better. And that's what really makes our community. It really helps. But I really just want to say thank you so much we're just going to beef everything up and just continue on our journey. Okay, so yay, had to pause and kind of talk about that because I really, again, thank you guys. And there's just so many things coming. So again, next Friday, we're going to have our celebration. We're going to have some giveaways. And we're going to do all kinds of fun things. It's going to be a really fun session, and we're just going to have a great time. So I hope you can join for that. Let me see. I had some other stuff in here. We are going to be giving away, just to kind of start things off in our little celebration, we're going to be giving away 5 memberships today. Now, this is just going to be something that we'll do towards the end. And it's going to be a random picking from the chat. I guess it's based off of activities and stuff like that in the chat. So chat away and we'll see what happens. And I guess Mr. H over here will let me know when he's ready to do that. And it will just, it'll hit the button. It'll randomly select 5 memberships. And then you guys can just click on those and enjoy. So we're just going to start the party off, right? We'll give those away today. And next week we'll be ready for our celebration. Okay, so enough of that. We've got so much to cover here, and we are kind of running low on time. So let's get to it, shall we? I know we've got our drinks, but we need to kind of head over to our food cart because we've got some snacks that we've got to go pick up, right? So let's go get the snacks. So all the snacks are free, and today, I know it's a little hot out there, but we really need to get that exercise in. Don't worry, we've got some fun things coming through, but guys, we have everything on the cart. We've got the coffee, tea, soda, muffins, croissants, and of course, the kale and carrots for the healthy people there. And go ahead and grab your snacks because that's always a great thing to do. Get yourself all nice and cozy in your spot as well. Now, I'm going to take one more to be able to do this. Okay. Oh, you ate cake in celebration mode. Yay! Yeah, we'll have a small piece of cake and we'll have a big piece of cake next Friday. So that'll be a lot of fun. Oh, Barbara, you have an appointment next Friday. Oh, but you'll watch the replay. No problem. Quilting with Harriet says, please explain memberships. So memberships, we put, okay, here. Mr. H put it up for me. He's on the ball, man. He's on the ball today. You've got 3 tiers of memberships that you can join. There's the first tier, which is the crafters. You've got your second tier, which is gifted crafters, and the third tier, which is the super gifted crafters. And under each one of those, there's a bunch of different levels and things that are included in that level. And so depending on what, how much you want to be involved, you pick your level and you join the membership. And so each level has different things like shout outs, members only videos, discount codes, things like that. And, depending on what you want to do, you just pick your level and then you just join. You just have to hit the join button. So we're going to do kind of a whole thing to kind of ramp things up, especially on our membership, because we've really got to do some of that and to get that going. And YouTube, based on the meetings that we've had with them, they've been telling us that they're going to be doing things to ramp up things for memberships too. So we are kind of like working all together and doing things to make that. Okay, we're back.
Woo! Wow.
I think we hit 10,000 subscribers and we broke it. We broke it, guys. We just
my God.
broke it. Okay. I don't know about you, but that was stressful. Okay, I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like there was some kind of an update that happened and it just booted us off and we had to kind of go through everything, kind of go back up again. So we didn't do all of our checks and balances for every single camera and everything. So hopefully we've got enough to kind of get us through this session. I don't know. I mean, guys, we just hit 10,000 and we broke it. I can't believe it. Not a good way to start, but that's okay. We'll be fine. Guys, this is just crazy. Okay, so
Total crash.
I hope you guys were able to kind of entertain and chat among yourselves while we set that up. So sorry about that. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden we just got kicked out. But you know, this is live, so anything can happen. You just don't know, right? Well, thank you. Thank you. Yes, we broke the internet. We hit 10,000 and we broke the internet. That was kind of our way of celebrating, right? Yeah. So, you know, you just never know what you're going to get when you're live, right? You never know. Okay. Awesome. Yay. Thank you, Annette. Yeah, no worries. Things happen. It's, you got to just go with it, right? Hey, that's okay. Alrighty. So what a way to start the morning. Everything just kind of went wah, 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 right? But that's okay. We'll be good. It's all good. Yes, thank you. It's all good. We are back. So, well, now that we've kind of went through that one, let's just kind of pause a little bit and talk about what we've been up to this week. And yeah, just a little crazy. Yesterday we had issues a little bit with our camera, and we were working with our scan and cut. So we were able to kind of get through the step where we have taken our pattern here from the Whole Country Caboodle, and this is the Ho 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 pillow wrap and cover kit. And we were able to do this. And let me see if I can tilt it so you guys can see it. Yeah, sometimes it's just too much glare here. But that is the pattern name. And this is the pattern we're working on. And it's basically just a pillow wrap. Let me see if I can adjust it just a little bit there so you guys can see that better. And so this is what we're working on. And it's just a simple pillowcase with a wrap. And you can take the wrap on and off. It's got a little Velcro on it that you can take on and off and put it, you know, put different ones. So the idea is for you to get several different pillow wraps, and you can change it up with the seasons or, you know, whenever you'd like. So it's pretty cool that you can do that, and it's just a lot of fun. So we've started this off, and we have made the pillow casing out of a tea towel. So we did that, and we put some Velcro on it, so we were able to finish that. And I also received a pillow that I ordered from Amazon. Now the pillow size is 14 by 20, and there's 2 of them in here. Can we flip the camera to overhead? There we go. Okay, so there are 2 pillows in here, and it looks like they wrapped it in here pretty tight. They took out all the air, so it looks like there's only 1 pillow. There's actually 2, and it's a 14 by 20 size. And then once I open this up, of course, it's gonna poof, and I'll have 2 pillows here, and then I'll be able to put it into this pillowcase. And then it comes with the pillow wrap, and the wrap itself we've been working on. We did have to cut the sides, and guys, I continued to read the rest of the directions. we're actually going to trim this down even more. So remember we talked about how the sides were all wonky and I had to kind of trim it as best I could, and I tried to keep it at the 10 inches wide. Well, further down in the instructions, when you get towards the end of the instructions in the pattern, it tells you to go ahead and trim this down to, instead of 10 inches wide, 9 inches wide, which is great because then I can get to clean it up just even a little bit more. So I was happy about that. And then we're gonna add the rickrack to it. It gives you some rickrack and it also gives you some embellishment. It gives you enough fabric to do the binding on the sides, and then it gives you this rickrack here, and it gives you two pretty large pieces. Well, actually, it's one large piece. You have to cut it yourself. And the rickrack will go onto the side of the pillow wrap. So it's gonna make it look really, really nice. I love how this rickrack is nice and thick. I think it's about a 1 inch. So it really does stand out and make things really nice. And it just kind of hit me to kind of like say, okay, I can get a lot of different rickracks at the 1 inch mark, and I think it's going to look really good. So several things that you can do for those of you that like to do things like tea towels and things like that. You can put that rickrack just going across on a tea towel, and you can do so many things with this, right? With the tea towel, you can create the ruffles right underneath it, you know, and just kind of have that either in the middle or in the top of a tea towel. And it'll look really cute, you know, it just adds that extra embellishment to it. So that's other ideas that you can do for other projects with kind of the same type of embellishment. So we're going to go ahead and look at, and I'm going to kind of move these over. So what we were able to do is we were able to kind of go into our scan and cut, and we scanned both the layout sheet as well as the applique pieces. And we're going to go over to our laptop right now. I'm going to show you. Here we go. Okay, that one is working. So I brought over the layout, and I'm just going to kind of speed through some of this. So this is the layout sheet that's highlighted here. I went ahead and I brought that in to my Brother Canvas workspace. So when we scanned it with our scan and cut, we put it on a USB and we brought it over to our laptop, and then went over to Canvas workspace and we brought that image in. Now, the way you bring that image in, because you scanned it with your scan and cut will designate it as a .fcm file. And depending on the file type that you are trying to bring into your Brother Canvas workspace will depend how and what buttons you need to click on to be able to bring it into Canvas workspace, right? So if it's a JPEG, a picture that you got from the internet or someplace, right? You're going to bring it into Canvas workspace. Then you're going to use this option right here, which says image tracing. Okay, that's what you're going to use if you're bringing in a JPEG type of file. For our case, we scanned it with our scan and cut. It created the file and made it a .fcm. So that along with if you have a .fcm, if you have an SVG, right? So maybe a lot of us do a lot of paper crafting as well, and you may have some SVG files saved on your drive. All of those files can be brought into Brother Canvas workspace, and you would use this option here that says SVG, but it's not just SVG, right? So it's a little misleading because it just has SVG and your mind's thinking that's only for SVG. It's not. It's actually for more types of files. It does SVG, it does DXF, it does FCM. And FCM is the file type that the scan and cut created. So you'll go ahead and you'll click on that, and it's going to ask you to find the file that you want to bring in and then choose it and then go ahead and hit OK. So I already brought it in, but I will bring in something else just because. Let me see. I'll bring in, this one's a JPEG. I wanted to show you both. So let me try to bring in something else. I'm going to go over down to my thumb drive and let's see if I have anything here that I can bring in. Oh, I don't have the file type on here. Now let's go to our downloads because I know this one will work. It's an FCM right here. And so I'll go ahead and hit open, and then I'll go ahead and hit OK. And then there, of course, you're going to see it on there and have to kind of move it. You'll see that is what I brought in. So if I had more of different things, I can bring those in. Let me, I'm going to do this. I'm going to delete that one. Let me see if I can find the layout. So I'm going to go ahead and hit SVG again, choose file. And I believe if I go down to my thumb drive, it may have been, let's see, grab all of these on the top here. I believe it was number 3. I think it was this one. I didn't label them, and you should, but I didn't. So let's hit number 3, and then I'm going to hit OK. There it is. Okay, so here is the layout, and you see that when you bring it in, you've got this in like a whole bunch of pieces, right? And so the first thing that you're going to want to do, and let me try to, yeah, it won't let me undo it. That's okay. The first thing you're going to want to do is group this together so that you can go ahead and move it as one piece, just like this. See, when you first bring it in, it's going to bring it into all these little pieces, right? And so you don't want to have to kind of move every single piece here, right? This is what it will ask you to do if you don't group it. And so you don't want that to happen. You want it to be able to move it around as one piece. And so you're going to have to go in here, and this one's kind of a hot mess. We're not really going to use any of this, but I just want to show it to you guys how you would do it. Let's just pretend this is a nice design and that's what we want to keep. What I would do is just highlight whatever it is that I want to group. And then I'm going to go over to my edit and I'm going to hit group. And once you do that, you see how your blue box has now kind of expanded to everything that I highlighted. When I click on it, it's going to allow me to move the whole thing. And so that's what you would do in order to group things together. So it makes it really easy because then you can kind of move it over to the side and kind of do it that way. But you can also hit Control Z and that will put you back. Let's say I moved this and I want to put it back where I had it. I can just do Control Z and it'll move right back to its spot. Okay. And you can keep hitting Control Z and it'll undo everything that you had. And I'll do it one more time and one more time. So that'll bring me back to the beginning to what I had before. So anytime you make a mistake, no worries, Control Z, that will just undo, and you can keep undoing all your steps until you get to where you want it to be. So that's one of the things that you can do here. Now, we brought in our layout sheet. Now, why did we bring our layout sheet, and what is with this big line going across? So it had a little crease on there, but the layout sheet is just here for one purpose. It is just for me to be able to kind of make sure that I'm positioning things in the right place. Now, normally when you have any type of a graphic and it has a layout sheet and it has applique pieces, always know that the applique pieces that you bring in to your brother canvas workspace and the ones that you are scanning in, which are the actual pieces like the little beard or the hat or, you know, whatever design you're working on, the actual applique pieces that you're scanning in is the size that is true to the size that you want. The layout that the patterns may give you sometimes are not exactly to scale. So always know your applique pieces, which are the pieces that you're scanning in, those are the sizes that you want, right? Because if you think about the pattern that they give you, when they give you these patterns, they want you to kind of do it the traditional method where you take a piece of paper and you trace it, and then you bring it to your fabric and you cut it out to the size of that shape. So that shape is true to size. That's the size that you want for your fabric to be cut out and positioned in the right shape, right? But when they give you the layout, some designers will keep the layout the same size and some designers will shrink it to allow it to fit into the size paper that their pattern's being printed on. So always trust the applique pieces and know that the pieces are true to size. Do not look at the layout thinking that the layout is always true to size. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. So just kind of keep that as kind of like a general rule when you're doing these applique pieces. The pieces are always true to size. The layout may or may not be. And so the layout, even though we brought it here, and in this case, it for the most part is true to size. It's a little bit off, but pretty much true to size. But what the layout, the whole purpose of the layout is so that you can lay out your design, right? If you're using the old school method, you're basically laying it out down on a flat surface, and you're taking all of your pieces and putting it in the right order, and you know, just positioning things so that your applique pieces make up the design that the designer is calling for in the pattern, right? So that's what the purpose of the layout paper is. But because we're not doing it the traditional way, you know, for us, the layout is kind of serving the same purpose, but digitally, right? So we've scanned it, and so now we have it in our scan and cut here. And so we can basically take all of our pieces and lay them right on top of the layout sheet, just to know that we are positioning our pieces in the right place, right? We don't want our beard to be kind of in one place, like over here, when it should be, you know, down towards the bottom, right? You want to lay things out correctly. And so as you build this piece right here, you want to use the layout as your reference guide. So for us, even though we have this little line going across, and that's just because of the folds, I didn't want to bother with any of that because that really doesn't matter. We're not going to use this file. This is really just for reference, just to make sure that all our pieces are in the right place. Also, another thing to note in this particular pattern, the layout has a lot more things than what came in the applique pieces. You can see in the layout, he's got all these little swirly things going on his beard. The instructions tell you to go ahead and quilt a design on there. So what can you do here? Well, a couple of things that you can do when you get into embrilliance. You can actually add these little swirly lines and have the embroidery machine do the little swirls for you. You can do a little, as a little design. You can do a design with points where you can just bring over one of the little swirlies and then just kind of do the points on top and create that design, or maybe you want to create a design of your own, or you just want to use a fill stitch to fill up the beard, right? There's all kinds of things that you can do. You can bring in maybe a designs by Juju, one of those background quiltings, and you can put some of those pieces on the beard itself. So you don't necessarily have to do the swirls that are on here. You can make it your own and be your own design, or you can just freehand it yourself and draw it in Embrilliance, or maybe you just want to do that part on your sewing machine and just do a free motion type of design. So you've got all of these options that you can do with this. So this pattern is really free to like let you create and see what you can come up with. Like, they give you the instructions on how to do what they have in the picture, but you can really have this as your creativity grows, and you can just kind of create anything on here. It does give you the freedom to do that because there's a lot of blank space on that beard, and you can just put anything on there. You can put someone's name even if you want, and just kind of, you know, have the name curved on the bottom. You know, maybe you're making this for a child and you want to have the child's name on here, or a date, or maybe you want to put the family name, like, or the Peters family or something like that, right? You can put anything on here that will really just customize it for you or for your loved one. So I think that's a really cool ability there to do that. And you also have space here on the hat itself to do something like that as well. So basically all I did here is, once we brought in all the pieces, I went ahead and brought the layout in, and then I brought in the applique pieces, and I showed you how to bring those in using your tools here. And so now once you have that, you're just gonna take the pieces and you're just gonna lay them out and just kind of put them on here. And then I'm just gonna take my layout piece and I just kind of put it on top, and I try to kind of do as best as I can to laying this just right. Now, again, the applique pieces are true to size, the layout is not. So in some cases, you may have to take the layout and you may have to stretch it out a little bit, right, to get it to size. You can move it up and down just by dragging the little blue dots here, and you'll see how the arrow, my cursor turns into those little arrows. Just click and drag that up and down, and that'll resize the shape. Then once you get it to kind of as close as you can, because it may not be perfect on these, once you get it as close as you can, you're ready to kind of just bring this into Embrilliance. So let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let me just check here, any questions on here.
On screen.
Let's see. Oh, great session today. Oh, thank you, Celia.
Let's make it better. Let's give away.
Oh, Mr. H is saying we got to give away those memberships. Let's just, before we go over to Embrilliance, let's give away some memberships, right? Why not? We want to give away 5 memberships today. So let's see, it's going to be randomly selected, and you're going to let us know when it's doing it. Okay, I think he hit the button. Here we go. It sent 5 gift memberships, and we've got Sam, we've got Terry, we've got May, we've got a Michelle, and a Miss Hercule Point, I think it says. Congratulations! It randomly picked 5 people to go ahead and get those memberships. So congratulations, guys. Hope you accept the memberships, and I hope that you guys are able to join us. So these are a lot of fun, and we're going to have a lot more things to give away next Friday when we do our celebration. So hang tight for that, because that's going to be really a lot of fun, and hopefully it's going to be really interactive with you guys. So I hope you like that. Yeah, congratulations. Yay, new members. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Awesome. Okay, so let's head over to Embrilliance, shall we? let me switch over to my screen here. And so here we are in Brilliance, and a couple of things. This particular pattern has a lot of work that needs to be done on the pattern. It wasn't, I've worked with other ones before that were a lot cleaner. This one, there was a lot of cleaning up to do, is what I can tell you. Right off the bat, you know, we were able to position our pieces here, and I went ahead and I turned it into an applique. And the way you do that is, you know, just going into the top and selecting all. So these are all the pieces. If you go to your objects panel and you select your very first little box here, then you're definitely just gonna select it, and that will select all of the pieces there. Let's see. Once you do that, then you're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go over to Stitch Artist. If you have, there's different levels of Stitch Artist, right? There's Stitch Artist 3, which is the one that has absolutely everything. I have Stitch Artist 2, and then there's Stitch Artist 1. So different levels, and each level of Embrilliance that you purchase will build on and builds up your skills. And so for every level that you have, it's going to give you more icons and more options and more things that you can do to create your design. So really, really neat on this. Another thing that Embrilliance does do, and you'll notice, well, actually, it's a little cut off for you guys, but on the bottom of the page, it does let you know your hoop size. And so I already know that my hoop is, the biggest hoop I have is the 5x7. And so my hoop is not big enough for this design. And so I know that I'm not going to be able to stitch this out with my embroidery machine because the design is just way too big for the hoop size that I have. But I still wanted to go through the steps with you guys, and I can do this pretty quickly on my machine. I'm just going to do the blanket stitch as well. And I may just try to kind of break this up. Maybe I'll just do the hat or the eyes or some section on the embroidery machine, and then the rest I'll do on my domestic. So that's another option that you have as well. If maybe you don't want to do the whole thing on the embroidery machine, you can just choose to just do the pieces that you would like to do on the machine. So makes it really easy, and it's kind of nice to have that option. Now, some of the things that you see off the bat, I went ahead, I've got all the pieces here kind of put together, but you're going to notice that some of these stitches, I did the blanket stitch, and some of the stitches up here on the top are looking great. These look wonderful, but then you've got other stitches like these on the top that are just going the wrong way. And so you can reverse your stitches. That's one option that you can, oh, figure mixing. So what module I'm using, I have Stitch Artist 2. This is Stitch Artist 2. I'm going to be getting Stitch Artist 3 pretty soon. I'm kind of waiting for their 10% off. So kind of missed the last one. I was so busy and I missed it. But they always do like a 10% off on their software. So I just kind of wait a little bit. And it's usually around some kind of holiday. So just wait a little bit, and when you see that 10% off, then snag it, and then you can, you know, up your game on these. But it's really nice. I really like Embrilliance. It does have a lot, it's a lot of power in this tool. It really allows you to really create. Do you need Embrilliance to do this? No, you do not. This is just another option to do this. So I'm showing how to do this in Embrilliance for those that have the bigger hoops, who can take the paper pattern, bring it to Embrilliance, and have the embroidery machine stitch out and stitch down the applique for them. Now, The hoop that I have is not very big. I only have a 5x7 hoop. So I'm not going to be able to use the embrilliance portion unless I break it up into pieces. But you don't need to have embrilliance in order to do the pattern. You just have a regular domestic sewing machine, then you're totally fine with that. Because this is just another option of how you can do it. You can do it here and have the embroidery machine do the blanket stitch for you, or you can take it to your sewing machine like I will do and just sew this out using the blanket stitch. As long as you've got a machine that has decorative stitches, most likely the blanket stitch will be in there. You just need to look for that specific stitch in your decorative stitches list on your machine. So you should be able to tackle that. But this is an option. I'm going to show you this option and some of the things that you can do here to kind of fix some of these things here. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to go ahead and just kind of use the little slider here, and you have that slider that kind of zooms in and zooms out for you. Okay, we're going to zoom that over, and I'm going to move this down. And I just want to get over here. And you see here, we've got stitches going down and we've got stitches going up. Well, these little stitches that are pointing up, the little blanket stitches, I want to get rid of those. So one thing that you can do is you can reverse your stitches, and I've already done that. And yet this still did not work. And what I'll do is I'll kind of show you here. Let me just jump right in. And let me see if I can remember that option again. So I just selected, you can just select the pieces here, if that helps. And then you go over to, you want to jump into Stitch Artist. You want to go to Create. You want to, sorry, a little frog there. I go to Outline. And then I go to an option that says reverse points. And that will typically reverse my stitches here and put them in the right order. I already did that, and so it's not going to do it again, but I've already cleaned all of this up, but this part did not get cleaned up. So another way to do this is by clicking on this tool right here, which tells me I can edit my stitches. And then I'm going to select this point and I'm going to hit my delete key. And that's going to get rid of these because I don't want these to stitch that way. And so there we are. Now this is nice and clean. And so you can do that on any little pieces. And as you zoom in and out, you're going to see all kinds of little things that need to be cleaned up. And so you'll just go in here and you'll just start cleaning. Okay, and then you're just going to have to go in and, you know, just go through it and see what pieces you want to clean up, and whatever you don't want it to stitch out, that's what you're going to need to do. You're also going to want to look at the positions here. What do you want the machine to stitch out first? I ran over on the side, you're going to see your stitch simulator. Okay, I like to run the stitch simulator because I want to see what it's going to be stitching. And so when I click the play, or you can just drag it, right, it'll show you it's going to put the placement down line, then it's going to start the blanket stitch, and you can put stops. You can add a stop anywhere you want here, and you can do that by just hitting the little stop sign. And that'll stop it to allow you to change the fabric, change whatever it is that you want to do. That'll let you put the stop sign on here. Okay. I know we're running really low on time, guys, but I just wanted to kind of give you the tips. I know Power Tools with Threads is not going to be on today. She is on vacation. So I'm going to do the best I can here. But little tips, again, you can edit your stitches, you know, by just selecting and then deleting the little stitches and deleting the little pieces that you don't want to stitch out. You can reverse your blanket stitch try that first, have it, flip it over to the correct way. So all of these were already corrected. And for the most part, this is all good. I probably will want to go here on this area here and fix those as well. And that's pretty much it. Once you have that in place, then it's just a matter of looking at your order that you have here. Make sure that the order that it's going to stitch it in is correct. Run the simulator so that you could see it. So you have your applique position and you have the embroidery itself. So there's the blanket stitch that it's going to stitch, and just kind of go through each one of these pieces to know that, you know, this is what you want it to do. Your position, your applique position, that is where you're going to lay down your fabric, and then the actual stitch, which in this case, it's the blanket stitch. You have other options as well, such as the satin stitch and whatever other stitch you prefer to use. So if you don't like the blanket stitch, just click on the color chip here, and you can just kind of, you know, change all different things here. You can change the colors. On other sessions, you've seen that we have mentioned that you can actually bring in your fabric, take a picture of your fabric, click on single image, bring in your picture of your fabric, and you can actually see what it's going to look like when you have it on screen before you even stitch anything out. So there's tons and tons of options on here, and I really would encourage you guys to really play around in this and check out what all of these options do. You're not going to learn this by just listening to other people tell you about it. You have to take the time to get in here and play around with the tool. That's how you're going to learn. Make those mistakes, click on all the buttons, see what everything does, and that's how you will really learn the software. And the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more you're going to become familiar with the program and really learn how to digitize things for yourself. Or maybe you don't want to digitize and you just want to merge things around. That's okay too. Just play with the buttons so that you understand all the different features, and just focus on one thing at a time. And that's how you can kind of build up your skill set for these types of software. So I encourage you to do that. If you have questions, please reach out. We've got our Facebook group that you guys can reach out to. We're here on the chat as well. We've got a great community. So let's lean on each other to really learn these softwares so we can really get good at it and become more and more better on getting things, projects done the way we want them to be. Okay. So guys, I know we are out of time and a little bit over, and I want to thank you guys so much. And sorry about the little technical issues that we had, but you know, we broke the internet when we reached 10,000 subscribers. So that's a story that we'll never forget. So I really have to run. I do have to get to my day job. So I thank you guys all so much. I really appreciate it. And tomorrow we'll kind of continue on. I'm going to go ahead and start stitching this out, and we're going to be doing this the regular way so you can see it on my sewing machine. And thank you again for tuning in and all of your support. And I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye, everyone.
So long for now, so long. Glad you stayed a while. Hope you liked my crafting style. Hope I left you with a smile. By now, keep your mind and space clutter free. Hope your day is bright as can be. So long, my friends, till we craft once again. Bye now, stay crafting. See you tomorrow. So long, my friends, till we craft once again.